Hello, everybody. Today, I will be continuing and finishing off the story of F Care, that is to say, the after-school hero and the fantastic boyfriends. Where we last left off, what happened last time? We actually entered into the Tower of Babel, which is known as some other special kind of tower with the realm of F Care, and we found that Horus had contained the black stone that, or the black core that belonged to the original King of Darkness. And after liberating that black core, it has now been retaken by Necros, who seems to be the original host of it, and now we are about to face Necros in his fully completed form. At least that's what it seems like. With that summarized, let us give it a go. Episode 4, Part 1. Oh, there is Episode 4 and Episode 5, and an epilogue. So we will be finishing up with all three of those, and hopefully we will receive the happy ending we're aiming. Here we are. Sky and land extend as far as the eye can see. Amid the hot, dry winds that blow across the landscape, I stand alone. I cannot remember a single thing about the man I was, or the life I led before this moment. I have no idea where to go or what to do, nor is there anyone who can tell me. After a time, I take my first step forward. I have no path except that down which the wind carries me, or that along which my whims may guide me. This is the first memory I have of deciding my own actions for myself. This is where my adventure truly began. I traveled far and wide, picking up quests at local taverns, meeting new people, and visiting new cities along the way. I made so many new acquaintances that I've lost count. Some of them were kind-hearted, others, not so much. One day, I heard a rumor that recent omens hinted at the hero's arrival at Midgard, which lay far north of where I was staying. I knew the hero was the individual fated to vanquish the Demon King and restore light to the world. So I decided to head to Midgard at once. I traversed unknown seas, filling my lungs with the salty sea breeze. But the fresh air did nothing to clear my mind. Again, I asked myself the question that had plagued me throughout my long journey. How had I lost my memories? Had it simply been an accident? Perhaps it had been a way of clearing my mind of guilt for some terrible deed. Or perhaps even a form of divine punishment for committing it. Perhaps I had been simply born this way. Perhaps someone had arranged for it. I did not know. It didn't matter how many times I dwelled on the question as days passed. I simply did not have the answer. However, I found some consolation in the fact that I was not alone in this plight. The more people I met on my journey, the clearer the truth became. There are many questions we cannot answer about ourselves. Why are some of us born human, while others are not? Why are some of us born male, or female, or otherwise? Why are some of us innately attracted to those like us, while others are naturally drawn to those who are different from them? No one truly has the answers to any of these questions. We can only speculate. Thus, am I here, without a single certain aspect of my identity. I reflected deeply upon these matters as I made my way toward the Adventurous Tavern in Midgard. It was there that I hoped to meet the great hero who, according to everyone, was destined to become the world's savior. And so I did. It was a curious thing for you, like me, lost your memories. Yet you, like me, were a hero of legend. My journey continued, but I was no longer alone. Together, we four, and occasionally more, traveled place to place, from adventure to adventure. All the while, I held on to the swirl of emotions I felt in that fateful moment, as well as the few memories I carried with me. At the same time, I couldn't help but wonder if this journey, too, was not simply part of someone's plan. Think Necro's gonna plan this? Even if it was, and in spite of all this uncertainty surrounding my identity, there is one thing, at least, over which I had complete control. That is, of course, Episode 4, The World Tree. Yes, it is I. Fear me, for I am the Demon King, the true No-Life King. You know me as the Dark Overlord, destined to do battle with the hero, and this world of the preordained. Know me also as the enemy of all living things, and a devourer of life and memory. This surreal proclamation takes place on highest floor of the Sage's Tower. As you look on, aghast, the black cord that you dislodged from Horus's eye begins to readapt to its original host. A devourer of memory? Ara! Bacchus dashes in front of you to shield you from the Demon King's appalling power, which pushes everyone back like a gust of wind. Bacchus! Ara! Are you... Worship me! Bow before the sole ruler of the underworld! Rise, all ye whose lives are lost to time. Awaken from your eternal slumber to do my bidding. There can be no mistake, great hero. He is forming his undead army as we speak. And he really... Necros really is the Demon King. The one I'm meant to fight? No, I don't believe it. You told me you weren't the Demon King. I spoke true at the time, hero. However, that was then, and this is now. I have returned to my true self. So you did lie. You were always the Demon King. I suppose, if you choose to look at it that way. What I miss? Just the summary of the previous episodes, as well as a bit of backstory from Bacchus, who is an adventurer lost on memories and now finds his way here. His dad being naughty? He's being a bit naughty. The Demon King glances at the collapsed and unconscious form of Horus, and more specifically, the coffin he had been carrying before elaborating. You see, my right to rule the underworld was stolen by that feathery lump over there. Only one of each rule, and rule of each type of my power may exist in the same world. Now that the seat of power has been emptied, it must be filled by one with the right to do so. In other words, me. And now that I have my powers restored, I must fulfill the role of the Demon King. But... Come on, Necros. This isn't fair! Why do we have to fight? Because that is our fate. The world has decided that we are enemies, Ara. So what? That doesn't make any sense. This isn't a video game. Nothing will come of us fighting. No. You're wrong about that. It is imperative that you defeat the Demon King, Ara. You should listen to your friend. I am the enemy of all living things. My existence alone makes death a surety. If you do not defeat me, everyone else in this world will die. The battle between Hero and Demon King is set in stone. That is the way of the world. There is no fighting it. But south of here, in Muspelheim, is a place called the Gates of Hell. That is where our battle shall take place. I will await you and your companions there. Oh, wait. Necros, just listen to me for a sec. I thought we were friends. We traveled together and everything. Didn't that mean anything to you? Oh, it did. I enjoyed traveling with the four of you immensely. Necros? Yes, your company made me very happy. Happier than I can describe. So then... However, it is all the more reason why I must do this. Your journey must end with our confrontation. That is what is desired of me as a fellow Demon King. And I have another, more personal reason. The No Life King pauses, and when he speaks again, his voice is no more than a whisper. I cannot forgive you, by which I mean, of course, the oddity inside you. What? As he says this, the Demon King fixes you with a piercing glare so venomous that it feels like you've been poisoned. But even more unnerving is the fact that... He's looking at me. You can see me inside this hero kid. That is all the reason I need to manifest once again as the Demon King, and make an enemy of the world. Wait, what are you talking about? What oddity? I have said all I needed to say. I shall see the four of you again at the Gates of Hell. Should you fail to show up, I will assume you desire a war, and will happily oblige by plunging every nation into chaos and despair. So I really must advise you not to keep me while eating, or else I might start setting things in motion early. Understood? Oh, that was sudden. Oh, wait. Before you could plead with Necros again, you find yourself falling. The ground disappears from beneath your feet, tearing a scream from your throat as you plunge into endless darkness. When you come to, you are no longer in the tower, but on the desert sands. Your friends are scattered around you, all wearing similar expressions of mingled wonder and terror. But they are all you can see. The sage's tower is gone, as cleanly as if it had been mirage. The Demon King has returned. This message travels from nation to nation, and the church is swiftly informed. Yet the Demon King is quicker. He begins putting his plans into motion with alarming rapidity. Soon, graveyards and burial sites across the world are teeming with undead, who flock to surround nearby nations, threatening to attack. For now, they go no further than imposing their eerie, menacing presence. But even so, war is liable to break out at any moment. Amid this chaos and the tenuous standoffs between undead and living, you and your companions prepare to head south via the sea. Having entrusted your damaged equipment to Geno, the blacksmith, your goal now is to reach the site of your battle with the Demon King. Your current destination is a port town south of Midgard Castle, from which ships frequently set out for Muspelheim. You enter the port town of Half-Grid. As you walk along the docks, a sailor emerges from the bilge of the ship and calls to you.
Hello there. I've heard you're seeking passage to the south. Is that correct? Well, it's good to see there are still a few courageous gems to be found among the waves in dark times such as these. My name is I here, by the way, and I am the conqueror of the seas of Yggdrasil. I've been brewing up a storm, or that is to say, exploring the seas as a treasure hunter. Ah, yes. Ah!
The monsters attacking your boat flee for the combined onslaught of your companions' attacks. The sea monsters are in a frenzy. Sir Orgus, do you think?
Yes, it definitely seems that they're targeting us. Necros must be behind it. Or I guess I should call him the No Life King now. Orgus, Soul, have chased away the monsters by the stern.
Literally, this event with MX. Not sure what you mean by that. Good work, Bacchus. I think we've shaken them off for now.
We should go get some rest while we can. But we'd better keep our guard up in case, well, you know.
Great hero. We are safe for the moment. Why don't you try to rest for a while? I'll watch over you. Yeah. I guess I should. Thanks, Sol. I'll, go hang out over there for a bit.
Hey, you two, listen up. I want to ask you something. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but... why didn't you tell the church or the people of Valinor about me? Bacchus.
For a moment, the three men fall silent. All that can be heard is the sound of the sea breeze filling the sails. Oh, MC, I see.
I want you to know that I have no memory of anything. I didn't even notice that the Demon King has found his way inside me. But I can't prove my innocence. How can you be so sure that I won't do something terrible again?
Well, the church teaches us that the Demon King inhabits and manipulates corpses.
There you go. I'm probably not even alive then. I might be dead right now.
Yeah, the chat box on stream, I have no way of changing this because of the current setup, because it requires to interact with the actual chat box. Right now I'm using a CES modifying style sheet for the YouTube comments as they appear, but the default YouTube comments that show up are the top comments, not all comments. And in addition to that, YouTube also does some filtering for other things like I don't know, I guess swear words and all that. But so it's kind of going through two layers of filtering. But because chat is so slow, usually top chat and all chat is one and the same.
Which means I'm as good as the Demon. I'm as good as the Demon King's puppet. He could turn me against you at any moment. Your church soul and your people, Orgus, wouldn't go out on a limb for me. So why are you?
Orgus and Soul exchange a glance. It is Orgus who speaks first.
The Demon King made it pretty clear that he expects all four of us to come. We wouldn't want to risk angering him unnecessarily. Besides, there's not a single knight in the Valinor Imperial Guard who can rival your skill. It would be foolish to neglect to bring along such a powerful ally to the decisive battle that awaits us. And I am no fool.
Orgus pauses, and Soul takes this as his cue to speak. The great hero seems very shaken by Necros' sudden betrayal. As a result, I'm sure the absence of his memories weighs upon him more heavily than ever. If he were to lose you on top of all that, I think his wounds would become so deep that he would not soon recover. I was in favor of your continued presence in our party because I prioritize the needs of the great heroes above all else. I was saying what MC how he feels and sees being inside of someone BS is how okay. let me just take a moment to read this. And switch alt chat for. Imagine a day of the exiled relaxing MC body, and some bullshit comes for MC. Yeah, I'd probably filter that a long comment or something. I don't know. It's a bit of voodoo magic. They relax in MCs when some bullshit comes to MC. I was saying what, see how it feels inside someone's PSs and how the exile feels too. That it's a bit confusing what you're saying, but I kind of get the drift.
I see. Besides, if we're buying people who aren't completely trustworthy for the party, you'd have to kick me out too.
Scratching his head and smiling wryly, Argus pauses as if to give himself time to work up the courage to continue.
Before I set out on this journey, I thought I was unshakable. I believed I could face anything through sheer force of will, alone, and that my conduct was irreproachable. But to be honest, I'm not sure that's true anymore. Maybe you and I have more in common than you think, Bacchus. What were you gonna say?
You're not the only one, you know. If take my past into consideration, I'm little worthy of anyone's esteem. Even so, the great hero professed his faith in me. He simply accepted me without any concrete reason for doing so. That is the sort of greatness I can only dream of aspiring to, but I shall aspire nonetheless. No, I have moments of bad English too occasionally, so you're good. Luckily, I can understand the drift of, even in the most mangled of English. You're kind of saying how, what's it called? What are you saying? It's like, it kind of sucks that the MC has to feel what they're feeling, or having what the exiles are feeling inside them. Or I truly believe that, in doing so, I can someday bury the crippling regrets of my past.
So, you... I see. Thank you. Both of you. That you place your faith in me despite everything means more to me than I can say. Nothing has ever brought me so much joy as this. I have to return the favor someday, my friends. Right, well... moving along. We need to discuss, Ara.
3 pairs of eyes turn to gaze at your retreated form, where you stand looking out at the sea on the opposite side of the deck. Oh, great hero. It breaks my heart to see you suffer so.
Hey, would you two mind if I try talking to Ara? If you're comfortable leaving the two of us alone, there are some things I want to say to him. Hey, mind if I sit here?
Oh. Hey, Bacchus. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Isn't the sea breeze lovely? And this view is just superb. Listen, you're not still thinking about what the Demon King said, are you?
Yeah. I just still can't believe it. We shared stuff, you know. And I don't mean common stuff like food or drinks. Nothing but the enemy to him. All because of some stupid rule thought up by... God who knows. God knows who. Looks like we're touching on that overarching theme again about the rules imposed upon us. That's just on the assumption that the exiles are conscious. MC is experiencing what the exiles go through every loop, being inside MC. Oh, yeah. that would be kind of shit. Is that really how it has to be? Is that what this world thinks is right? I wanted to say all that and tell him I thought it was messed up, but... they couldn't. I mean... I don't know anything about this world. I don't know anything about myself. What right do I have to go around telling people they're wrong? I felt like it would have been a lie. And I just couldn't do it. He seems like he knows so much more about everything than me. there was no way I could talk him down.
Ada.
Not only that, but Neko said that he saw something. Oh, this is Baxter.
Not only that, but Nekros has said he saw something. Someone else within you. You can shake the worry that you are being directed, even manipulated by this other person.
I think this is just some arbitrary narrator too. My bad. The very thought made you feel shaky and sick, like the world was spinning around you. Do I really have to fight? Is that really all I can do? I don't want to. I really, really don't. I just want to run away and leave this world behind. And I could. Soul told me about the summoning gate. All I have to do is open it and I can go home. But I don't know. I don't want to leave you guys in the lurch. What would happen to you and Orgus and Soul if they just up and left? Though you feel like your chest is about to burst from the weight pressing down on your shoulders, you push through, forcing out the words.
Ada.
Michaels places a gentle hand on your shoulder. His deep, rumbly voice is soothing to your ears.
Thank you for trusting me with all of that. It was very brave of you, to be honest. You're strong. Stronger than you think. You're a good, kind soul, Ada.
Bacchus.
Why don't you close your eyes and kneel on me for a little while? The air here is especially healing.
You follow his advice, feeling the sunlight on your skin and filling your lungs with the briny air for a moment. Then very slowly, you open your eyes and turn to face Bacchus with a questioning gaze. Wait a sec. Have you been here before? The way you just said that makes it sound like you know the sea very well. But that doesn't make sense. You don't have any memories, same as me, right?
That is true up to a point. I lost my memories before I set out on that journey that led me to you, during which I crossed the sea. I started out in Muspelheim. Perhaps it's strange that my journey should begin and end at the same place, but personally, I feel like I'm seeing everything for the first time. My outlook on life is very different to how it was before.
To Bacchus, memories are an odd thing, almost alien, and what he is experiencing now is more baffling still. He should remember the scenery, and yet it feels entirely new to him. He isn't sure whether this should tremble him or not, but it isn't an unpleasant feeling.
This journey has taught me much, Ada. I believe now that there is not a single thing in this world that we can prove, without a doubt. However, it's important to remember that we still have the power to decide things for ourselves. We believe we are standing on the deck of the ship right now. That we can see each other here is proof enough of that. The sea has not changed, and in my eyes it is different. The power of my will alone has changed how this world is reflected. He calls you his enemy, the world agrees. But whether or not you believe the same is entirely up to you.
Really? You think so?
What matters is what you think. Is he your enemy, Ada? Do you want to defeat him as a hero? Or do you choose an... Watch out! Monsters. Not just any creatures of the deep. These are undead. Ada!
Perhaps they have been clinging to the bottom of the ship all along, biding their time. Wherever they came from, the monsters leap onto the deck as one, and then... Haha.
Fishy feast!
An enormous whirlpool appears in the water beside the ship. It drags the monster swiftly into its depths. Was that your doing, Iger? Whoops.
Was that your doing, Iger? Incredible. You have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. Just consider that mail show my apology for eavesdropping on your conversation. Hope you don't mind. I find you don't understand how you feel, kid. It's me. Sometimes I feel like I've spent my whole life just waiting. Let me give you a piece of advice. Listen up. It's a real gem. Not that I intend to lecture you. Curses. Now I feel like an old man giving his younger self a talking to. On second thought, I'm too old to care about things like that anymore. So I'll say my piece if it's all the same to you. Anyway, if you're after real treasure, you have to go after it yourself. It isn't just going to go roll in with the tide. The goal in life is to take whatever you can and leave. That's not runaway. It's called quitting when you're ahead. Trust me, no treasure is more important than the kind you go and get for yourself. So chin up, alright? Good.
Your gazes into your eyes, searchingly, and upon finding a familiar gleam in their depths, begins laughing uproariously. Oh look, Bacchus says the same thing.
Come, take my hand, daughter.
Sweeping back his robes, Bacchus plants his staff on the deck and begins to chant, extending his free hand towards you as he does. You take his hand and grip it firmly in your own without a moment's hesitation. Firmly grasp it.
Well, Bacchus, I'm coming with you.
Gazing up in the sea, you extend your other hand and curl it into a fist. It's a strange gesture, but you grasp a handful of air or nothing at all. But it must have something to you because it brings a broad grin to your face. Good boy, English. I'm kind of surprised that Iger actually had some meaningful lines there, given that every other side character that was also whisked away from Tokyo kind of just showed up and then disappeared right away. With Dunvari just like trying to pick up some stray scales and Dragon Sweat, and Horus just being like not even in control, and then like they didn't even cover what happened to them after the tower disappeared. They just like the game forgot he existed after that. There might have been some other characters that was in this game. Oh yeah, there was Conversely, wasn't there? He was there just to have his hurt repaired, and I was like, he didn't really interact at all. And Tongue Reasoner was there too. Yeah.
I'll do it, Bacchus. I'm going to face Necros.
You announce this while recalling to mind the voice that proclaimed itself the true No-Life King.
Doesn't matter what anyone else has to say about him.
Everyone else fell down from the tower, right? But Horus was not there. His erasance was his existence was like deleted right there and then. Horus, but I didn't do anything, pretty much. I have my own thoughts, and I'm gonna make sure he hears them.
Good. I'll be right beside you, Ada. I think a parting was hoping you'd say that, you know?
Good on Niger for actually having story relevance.
Our destination has appeared on the horizon at last. Behold! That is Muspelheim, the land once ruled by the fire giants.
Yeah, so Muspelheim, I believe, is the same land that Searcher was referring to from where his children came from. I'm guessing, anyways. Oh yeah, Searcher was in this game in the beginning too, and then they never covered what happened. He was like looking for directions or something, and then that never meant to anything. What even happened in the beginning was Searcher? Why was he even in the game? Seriously, why was he in the story besides being part of the world? But yeah, he refers to those infernal giants as children of Muspel. So I'm guessing they originated from Muspelheim, even though Searcher was nowhere near there at all. Find out this episode spoiler. Man, well, it's about time anyways. Muspelheim makes sense, but I wonder how Searcher even got here, since he was all the way in, like the bazaar or whatever it's called. Why? Reason. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't expecting any other cameo character to appear for a second time outside of their own episode. But then again, Searcher, can he even call his original appearance an appearance? It was just like he appeared for a split second before the scene changed to Unvari. Having arrived at last on the shores of Muspelheim, the southernmost continent, you and your companions swiftly disembark. It is easy to believe that it was once ruled by fire giants. It is sweltering hot. Even the breeze is more like a gust of hot air than anything. Braving the terrain, you set out for the destination of your final battle, eventually coming across a large city. Named after the great tree that encompasses the world, this city is one of the few destinations remaining between you and the entrance to the underworld that was called Helheim. Destination of where, what's it called, necklaces. You enter the city of Yggdrasil. Oh, we're finally here. Nice to be back in civilization again, isn't it? So this is where Bacchus came from. It's been so long since I last sat here in Yggdrasil. Did you know that it's central point of the association of Muspelheim nations? I don't think I've been back here since my previous visit to the Principality of Ikrios, and that was a long time ago now. Is something wrong, Bacchus? You're awfully quiet. I don't know. I'm fine. Just enjoying the scenery. It's a little nostalgic for me. This is one of the places I stopped by while on my way to journey to Midgard, where I met you three. You've been here too, Bacchus. What's this place like? Fill me in. Well, it is the city of Yggdrasil, so named because it was built upon the roots of the World Tree. Yggdrasil. What does that sound familiar? Yggdrasil? And what is the World Tree anyway? Is it just one giant tree? Allow me to explain. The world is composed of 7 different realms, such as Midgard and Muspelheim, and all of them are connected. In fact, it is the roots of the World Tree, Yggdrasil, that holds these realms together, allowing them to form a single world. That is how we came to call this great tree the World Tree. Huh, makes sense. Bunch of realms, one World Tree. Our destination, the Gates of Hell, once formed the entrance to the nation previously known as Helheim. It is connected to Muspelheim by the roots of the World Tree. Okay, so if you follow the roots, find the gates. Yes.
We shall soon be heading into the Demon King's domain. As there's no telling what lies in store for us, we should need to gather information and make careful preparations for the journey. We'll visit the local Adventurers Guild and pick up our rewards for all those quests we completed on our way here.
Oh, can I come too? That sounds like it'll be the easiest task, and I could really use a break. You enter the Adventurers Guild of Igralia.
It's a bit crowded in here. We'll just have to wait until one of the receptionists frees up.
Oh my gosh, it's Alolan Ryota.
Truly, the roots of the World Tree, Yggdrasil, lie right beside the city.
Having arrived in the city after a long journey... Oh my god. Okay, thank you. Having arrived in the city after a long journey, the name of this tree, which he has not heard for ever so long, is music to Searcher's ears. Yes, that's right, my good fellow. Is it the World Tree that brings you here? Is my stream happening alright? Seems like it's flashing left and right. Alright, we're good. Yes, that's right, my good fellow. Is it the World Tree that brings you here? The man processing Searcher's question forms beams at him over the countertop.
Well, it is one of the battlefields upon which the warriors of Asgard and Fire Giants once clashed.
It's not just me, right? It's like appearing up and down. Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Give me a second. Let me just restart this. That was a bit of an experience. Good thing I was paying attention to the screen black. Okay. Wait, didn't. Alright, there you go. Yeah, that was really weird. Okay, so recap, let's yeah, to read over. Yeah, we're going to the Adventurers Guild and we meet up with Alolan Ryota and Searcher who are talking, or at least it's a scene with them. And Searcher's inquiring about the Yggdrasil, having arrived in the city, the name of the tree, which is not for a long time. And Alolan Ryota's confirming that. The man processing Searcher's quest forms beams at him on the countertop.
Well, it is one of the battlefields upon which the warriors of Asgard and Fire Giants once clashed.
I see you're very well versed in the folklore of old, my good Van. Excellent, excellent. I hope you will go and admire the roots up close. The World Tree is the pride of the city and its primary tourist attractions. Oh, the Fire Giants. They feature in some of my favorite bedtime tales as a child. Of course, all humans of Muspelheim are their descendants, the royal family in particular.
What? Humans? Descendants of Fire Giants?
Well, not literally. I only know what I've been taught, I'm afraid. I think it has more to do with the use of fire. Unless, of course, we suppose that a giant and a human are able to produce a child. But that's preposterous. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, it might literally hurt a lot to try. History is wonderful, isn't it? I could discuss it all day. You want to know my name? My apologies, I should have introduced myself. Prince Leonis, Guild Inspector in Training. A receptionist that's also a prince. Interesting. I'm not actually from this parts, but in order to further my education, excuse me, sir. Why are you stroking my head?
Oh, sorry. It's a habit of mine when I find myself taking a liking to someone. I can't be sure what became of my homeland after that fateful battle, but at least in this world, the tree's intact. Knowing that, everything else starts falling into place. There's no mistaking it. This world is different.
Huh, okay. So, even though they both hail from Yggdrasil, this world in Searcher. It seems like this Yggdrasil is different from Efkadi's Yggdrasil. And according to Irby, Efkadi's Yggdrasil, the original Efkadi, is different from this game's Yggdrasil. This game's Efkadi's Yggdrasil. It's getting, there's lots of Yggdrasils, apparently.
After all, the Yggdrasil I know had a rule that enabled it to connect to multiple worlds.
On his journey thus far, Searcher has seen many things that are at odds with the 9 worlds he wants to view. Valinor, the Sage's Tower, and the countless legendary armors he had stumbled across never existed in the Yggdrasil system from which he hails. Did he not? What did he say exactly, though? He said something about how... Well, okay, if you're gonna say that, then clarify, because that's the impression I got of Yggdrasil being different from the original game to, you know, the one Housamo is portraying. There are 2 worlds that the same. We're in the one that's not Housamo. I feel like the more I think about this, the more confused I'm gonna get, so I'm just gonna clean this right.
However, if the world tree I knew had somehow added a new world, this world, to the other 9 realms. That would make it something like Tokyo, resembling its connection to the 23 different worlds.
It's in the past? Not I mean, Searcher is speculating something else completely different here.
Such a close resemblance could be easy enough for accidental summoning connections.
It's confusing.
However, that leaves a very important question. Who summoned us in the first place?
Over the course of his journey, Searcher has encountered many transients who, like him, ought to have been in Tokyo. Yeah, sure, if time rewinded, but where did it rewind? In, like, Searcher's Yggdrasil, or in Efkadi's Yggdrasil? In a version of Efkadi's Yggdrasil versus the original versus Housamo's? I don't even know.
It is likely that we all responded to the transient summon. Yet that would require a summoner who shares a bond with all of us, and at the same time has roots in this world.
The past Yggdrasil of Efkadi, not the past of Searcher's Yggdrasil. Okay, well, in the very least, you're confirming there is multiple Yggdrasils. I see. So this is like before what happened in the game of Efkadi then?
Is that even possible?
I mean, but that even makes sense because according to you, like, you should have memories, the hero. Yeah, I don't even know.
Is that even possible? Who could it be? It's difficult to imagine that an individual who meets both of those prerequisites could exist.
It's before, but also after. Thank you, Irby. That makes things so much clearer. Oh my god. Okay, fine. I won't ask any more questions. I'll just nod my head.
In any case, we will not be able to return to Tokyo unless we find the summoner who brought us here. And, I suppose investigating the World Tree is as good as the first step as any.
Oh, do you intend to enter the World Tree, my good fellow? I would advise against that. Roots are connected to the underworld, you know. Humans cannot so much as approach the underworld's entrance without passing out from the miasmic fumes, or so they say.
I see. But that only applies to humans, yes?
Hmm? Oh, yes. And... I just remembered. A traveler who told me he was born in the underworld passed through here not too long ago. Imagine that! Oh, I'm sure the miasmic fumes wouldn't bother him at all. If he was telling the truth, that is. But I think dragons are impervious to fumes as well, come to think of it. After all, the Dragon King of the World Tree, Nidhogg, has lived among the roots since ancient times. Though, I think even if he uses some sort of magical barrier to keep away the fumes. Oh, my apologies, dear fellow, but I've been talking far too long. I think I'm keeping those gentlemen over there waiting. You get, like, a pretty similar emblem to the summoners.
Not at all, Prince Dionys. I'm just as much to blame. Thank you for your time. You have been most helpful.
Well, it was Hero who touched something in the tower caused this event, so that might help. don't ask questions. I don't know. I hope everything is made clear in the special quests. Oh, I think nothing came of it. Please enjoy the rest of your journey. Next! Several hours later, after completing your preparations, you and your companions enter the World Tree at last. You've already heard, great hero, in the Adventurers Guild, I see. We found out when we were gathering information around town. The Dragon King of the World Tree makes his den through here. They say that he has lived among the roots since days of legend, when Odin rules the heavens. He is incredibly powerful enough to create a barrier that keeps the underworld miasma at bay. It sounds to me like no human could ever make it through the underworld without his help. Unfortunately, the Dragon King is also known to loathe humans. I'm not sure he'll be willing to aid us. Why does he hate humans? Well, you see, once upon a time, a dragoon stole one of his eyes. I don't know, perhaps something happened to his eye in the previous age. We might have stood a better chance if we had that fire dragon king with us, but as things stand, we'll just have to try and push through. It's pretty elaborate. Before long, you and your party find yourself in Nidhogg's palace. Does it say palace? He goes there. Oh, this is Nidhogg. Thoughtless humans, who dare trespass upon my lair? I'm well aware that the true no-life king has retaken his throne in the underworld. However, it is not my concern. I have sworn never to aid another human. What is this? You! He can't be. It's been an hour, and he still hasn't come back. What's going on in there? Yes, I don't know what they're talking about. I do hope Bacchus is alright. I just hope he doesn't get... he doesn't eat him or anything. Ah! He's back! Bacchus is back! Sorry, you three. That took longer than expected. I got talking to old Nidhogg. I spoke to the Lord of Nidhogg, and after much discussion, I've agreed to help you in your endeavor, however I can. What? No way. But you hate humans. Do not question my decision, brat, unless I change my mind. Do you want to go to the gates of hell or not? Yikes, I didn't mean to, but we appreciate the help. This doesn't make any sense to me either. How about you, Soul? I am rather confused myself, but it wouldn't do to look a gifted horse in the mass, would it? Only those who were born into this miasma of the underworld can inhale it and survive. Without my draconic magic, you will not last 5 minutes. Well, I suppose I ought to accompany you in person to use every power at my disposal to aid you. I'm afraid. That's okay, Nidhogg. I appreciate that you're willing to go that far for us, but it won't be necessary. Besides, the Demon King specified that only the 4 of us should come. I'm not sure you'd be welcome. He's already threatened to declare war on the world, so we don't want to risk provoking him, just in case. Yes, I'm aware. That is why I'm going to send you off with my grimoire, Bacchus. What? But such artifacts are relics of pure power. Unleashing a single tome alone could destroy a realm in its entirety. Naturally, I've imbued this one with a full sum of my powers. You'll be able to use it to form a barrier that will see you through this miasma safely. But Nidhogg, will you be alright without it? I will hibernate until the deed is done. I spend only the minimum amount of magic I require. Alas, it is I who am worried about you, Bacchus. Things get ugly.
You have my blessing to unleash the grimoire upon your foes. Will you reduce that Demon King to ashes in my stead, Bacchus?
What if we do that? Won't we reduce ashes too?
Thanks, Nidhogg. I'll get this grimoire back to you, no matter what it takes. You have my word. Bacchus. And what do you staring at, you foolish human?
Oh, nothing. I just thought I saw something in your eye, that's all. An hour later of talking, yeah.
If you know what is good for you, you will stay your tongue.
Is there a thing going on between them? There's probably something going on between them. To be elaborated on the original F Kari. I guess neither of them are official love interests then, since they're paired up with each other. You pass through the gates of hell. Did they, like, get it on while we were waiting in the library? Like, what else could it be if that's the relationship?
Well, here we are. The gates of hell. Once we pass through those, we'll be in the domain of the ruler of the underworld.
This miasma is dreadful. Ordinarily, I doubt I could even manage to stand it. Manage to what? Stand upright in it. This is so cool. It's like we're in a bubble. I can't feel a thing.
It really is incredible. Doesn't look like I'm going to even need to use this book. I haven't even opened it yet, actually. The magic is surrounding and protecting us of its own accord.
Well, there was in the library. There was what in the library? I don't know.
That's the probably the best. Once unleashed, the magic will be uncontainable, destroying everything inside and we cannot control it. That wretched Dragon King gave us nothing, after all.
No. I think it's enough that we can pass through the miasma unscathed. Yeah, seriously, Orgus. Chill. Come, the decisive battle with the Demon King awaits us. I'd almost forgotten. It's really happening, huh?
Hey, calm yourself. You're trembling, Otter.
Yep, fantastic boyfriends. AKA a game that 99% of us hasn't played.
Where were we anywhere else? I tell you to toughen up, bud. This place just reeks of death. It's enough to make anyone shake to the roots.
Yeah, I'm scared, but so what? I'm not gonna make. This not gonna make me run away. I'm going through this no matter what. Plus, it helps that both of you are sandwiched me like this.
As you should. I'm so proud of you, Ada.
I'm glad you're finally calling me by my name, Soul. I'm not doing this because I'm the hero. I'm doing it because I'm me. This is my decision, and I'm gonna see it through. Come on, you three. Let's do this. I'm going to face Necros again and make him give up this Demon King thing for good.
Glad to hear it. We're counting on you, Ada.
And I will follow you to the world's end, for you are already a hero in my eyes, Ada.
Right, well, we better get going. The sooner the better, Yara.
You really like my name, huh? Necros, the Demon King. Those words he told me back then. What did he mean by them?
Yes, your company made me very happy. Happier than I can describe. I have another, more personal reason. I cannot forgive you, by which I mean, of course, the oddity inside you.
Well, here goes nothing. Huh? Wait a sec. Who's that over there?
Oh! Gabber, back! Gabber, home! Where? Hell? Hell! Gabber, come back! Hell, not here! Where are you, Hell? Oh!
Isn't that Garmer? Looks like we got company. Monsters are crawling out of the gates of hell, and they look crazy strong.
I suppose this is the Demon King's way of greeting us. No, rules important. Dead stay here. Garmer, make Dead stay.
I think that's actually part of his original lore. Or is it? Or is that Kushi's? I can't remember.
Hell, get angry. So Garmer, not. Woo! Oh, that poor creature. He's being attacked. Well, come on. Let's go have them.
He's gotta save Garmer. Cue battle scene. Already an hour in, what the heck? This is just the first episode, what the heck? It's only 2 parts too. And it's not even done yet, what the heck? At this rate it'll be like 2 hours, 30 minutes, maybe even 3 hours before we finish. Presuming that the next 2 parts will be equally as long. Along with the epilogue. No, I'm not denying that. It's definitely not filled with filler content. It's like, you know, there's substance to everything they're saying. It's not just random backstory of some character and then you never hear of them and then they get over or something. It's actually just like, there's a development and all that. In the end, each of the characters and still some mysteries to be had.
Ruff! You! Good! Hey, stop! Dead. Nice smell. Gamer like. Gamer, snuggly for. Like friend. Friend of Gamer. Gamer, love. Oh. Ah, that was a close shave. Guess your name is Gamer, huh? Yep. Gamer, Cardgate. Gamer, been away. A long time. But. Gamer, confused. Old master, not here. No orders for Gamer. Leave here. Bad. No leave. This world. Strange. Gamer. Go now. Gamer. Find answers. Think. Again. Bye-bye.
And so ends Garmer's relevance for the rest.
Hey, stay away from me. Help! Somebody! Anybody help! You're right. I hope you're not injured. Well, we meet again, traveler. You really saved my hide back there. I'm here on orders from King to deliver this equipment to the hero and his party, but I'm not making much progress, what with all these undead around. Speaking much, I better go. Oh, but stop by my shop again sometime, alright? I'll get you a nice discount on all my stock, as thanks for helping me out. Better be 50% off. This Yggdrasil cannot possibly be the one I know. That's the dead who would not be able to pour forth from the underworld.
Searcher compares what he knows of this world with his knowledge of his homeland. Yes, the current events would be nigh on impossible under his Yggdrasil system. And his Yggdrasil The world destined to fall, the realm of Helheim, was under constant, impenetrable guard to prevent the dead from leaving its borders. Karma and the other guardian dogs of Hell were put on patrol, and could not be swayed from their duty, even by the son of Odin himself. What's more, those who possessed rules that allowed them to raise the dead avoided these at all costs.
And yet to do so was Hell's very rule.
The very reason for this was that a world whose dead could be restored to life would be able to continue eternally.
However, Helheim should not even be functioning at present. For Hel had left Helheim, though I know not where she had gone, only that it was said to be so.
Therefore, it stands to reason that this world, while possessing a similar Yggdrasil, was not his homeland and was not subject to the same system. That meant that it was not a world destined to fall, but a world that had lost the system preventing events from being reworked. Lost the system preventing events from being reworked? You see. So he's saying like it once had a system, but it lost the system. And therefore it was not destined to fall anymore.
Oh, what's this?
As he examined the world tree, into the bark of which the history of the world is recorded, Surtur suddenly cries out. Having counted the number of age rings on the tree, he now knows beyond a shadow of doubt that his hypothesis is correct.
So, it is right after all.
The age rings tell him all he needs to know about the current condition of this world.
My homeland of Yggdrasil was destined to fall. Odin's warriors and the giants would die out, and the world would be passed into the hands of humans. That was how it was meant to be. This fateful happenstance should have taken place after the great final battle. However, in this world, all memory of the world-ending battle has been erased, and so it is being rewritten.
As he ponders this, an image surfaces in Surtur's mind of the last thing he saw before arriving in this world. He recognizes it at once. It is Tokyo's Tower of Babel. Losing a system just means a new system will be made if the world still continues. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's a world that doesn't have a system. We've only encountered worlds with systems, but I mean, F Kai is a different beast of its own. Alright, we are now continuing with the beginning of episode 5, part 1. Episode 5 should be the last episode, excluding the epilogue. I always thought that, if it were me, like you do a better job than them. I've played so many games and read tons of stories, and in the back of my mind I've always came to the same conclusion. I'd laugh and cry with the protagonist, putting myself in their shoes, and every time I got to the end, I'd think, I could do that. Much better than them, in fact. I know all the tricks, how to skip quest chains, how to complete all objectives more effectively, how to maximize the rewards. Yep, I thought I had all the answers. But I was kidding myself. I had no idea how difficult, how terrifying a real adventure could be. There's a way bigger gap between watching someone do something and actually doing it yourself than I ever dreamed. But here I am. I've pulled through by the skin of my teeth, and now, finally, this adventure is coming to an end. It started with me following in someone else's footsteps, and it's concluding with me finding something uniquely my own. This has been one hell of an adventure. Ready to hear how it ends? Was that a castle on the clouds? Drake stares up at the impossible sight, eyes wide with wonder. He definitely isn't in Tokyo anymore. I've never been here before. At least, I don't think I have. So why does that castle look so familiar? What are you saying? Isn't Asgard, the city that floats in the sky above Midgard? It is one of the realms connected to Yggdrasil. Huh? And that there is all that is left of the dreams of the courageous. All known as the Howl of Valhalla. There, the dead. Who goes there? Identify yourself right now. Name and rank, soldier. My apologies. I did not mean to startle you. My name is Warden. I'm a bard who sings tales of history and legend so that they may not be forgiven. Forgiven or forgotten? Forgotten. My bad. You're a bard? You mean a civilian crept up on me and I didn't even notice? Never mind. Let me be rude. My apologies, sir. My name is Break. I'm a soldier from another world. Interesting. From another world, you say? Yeah. So now we've gotten introductions out of the way, mind telling me what you know about the castle up there? You're interested, aren't you? Marvelous. I know just a ballad, and I have a tune for it too. Warden takes up his harp and begins strumming it as he sings. Oh, it was a long time ago when the heroes whose roles had ended to the sevens were sent and a second life granted. In those heavenly halls lived a lone king, whose powers were so great he could do anything. The world was overflowing with chaos and wars, fought by countless heroes who rose and fell in scores. The king was loath to part with these brave souls, whose lives had ended with their roles. So he decided to grant the valiant a second life, a new chance to enjoy pleasure, pain, and strife. He created the Valkyries, had them gather the dead, draw out their memories, and replace them with new life instead. The reborn warriors were called Einarjar. They swore fealty to the king, from whom they never strayed far. The role of the king's wolf came, last but not least, upon the warriors' corpses he would loyally feast. Are these like souls reborn is what they're saying? Between the wolf and the Einarjar and the Valkyrie? Wolf. Yeah, we already know that Break kind of originated from this world, or was replacing the role of the wolf there. It's a bit confusing. Or rather, I can't remember. Thus, Asgard was created as a system that would eternally remain, by recycling its greatest heroes as part of a food chain. Huh, recycled heroes. Don't think that was part of their original system. Valkyries, who are much beloved by the Einherjar, had to change their forms for good or cease to exist altogether. And so the Einherjar, loyal to the world representative and the king, used their new lives to fight for him until the death that it bring. Unending happenings their lives brought, eternally was theirs, or so they thought. Alas, the king soon saw what a tragedy he had wrought. Such bravery it took to fight to death up until what they believed was their last breath. Yet what becomes of one to life returned? What meaning has their loss incurred? How could those who believe their days are done be unchanged when they learned their life will go on? In truth, the warriors risen from death were no longer the same as the brave souls who had lived and died but once in his name. It did not take long, not long at all, for the king to realize this and feel shame. Well, there you have it. What did you think of my song?
I thought it was pure fantasy, but something about it drew my interest.
Meta speech. I don't think he's talking about loops, is he? Yeah, probably not. More like within their own internal system of revival, although it seems like something is lost every time. That there some kind of different identity. Truly, I'm glad to hear it. Nothing makes a poet happier than it to know his words were well received.
Hey, Warden.
What happened to the memories of the warriors' first lives? Personally, I would say their lines are just out of reach. Yes, I dare say they remain deep within the warriors themselves. The system break was a part of... I can't remember the exact details of it. I remember something it had to do with the wolves and eating flesh or something. It's been a long time since I've seen chapter, 10. Perhaps another treasured memory resides within you as well, my friend. Do you ever feel like someone's watching over you, as if you lived in their stead? If so, perhaps that means those warriors aren't lost forever. You can meet them someday. Again someday. I believe that's how the king and the tale must have felt in the end. Yeah, when he was the wolf thing. Warden turns to gaze up at the bridge that extends towards the castle. Glancing briefly at Warden's expression, Drake follows suit. He had another name, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, he did. You're right, but I can't remember either. The bridge is known as Bifrost. Bifrost or Bifrost? I don't know. And it consists of multiple worlds of colored paths that connect this place with other worlds. Those with a destination in mind may cross this bridge and journey to another world. It is also meta because Warden's kind of another one of Odin's personas. Huh. I mean, I don't know the story behind that, but sure. Something by selecting a unique key of their own. Into another world. Is Bifrost the same thing as the Tower of Babel, or similar to it? Episode 5, The Gates of Hell. While you and your friends are engaged in ferocious battles at the Gates of Hell. Can't say or no, as he knew, if he was a shapeshifter or not. It was Fricky. I don't know! All over the world, undead monsters are rising from their graves at an alarming rate. By this point, the news is on everyone's lips. The Demon King, the one of legend, has returned. While he's yet to fully display his brutal nature, merely watching on from a remote location, the people know that a single order from him will bring the undead horde down upon them and their nations. And there is not a doubt in their minds, or their hearts, that the terrible Demon King is prepared to do just that. I don't know my fucking Norse mythology. Jeez. The heck? So the people look up at the stars and pray with all their might. Please, they beg. Let the hero defeat him and save us from the ruin. That is a very depressing looking throne. Look at that throne. It looks like a fucking office room waiting chair. A voice whispers to him from the void, telling him how the Demon King ought to behave. Warden of Wodan. Yeah, I would have figured Warden is a bit weird for a name. It tells him that he must rally the undead and destroy all life, for he is the Demon King. This whispering is ceaseless, constant. It fills his brain like so much smoke. There, in the depths of hell, the shadow of the Demon King sits alone on the throne, filling the void with his laughter. That's what he does with his free time. Just sits on his throne and laughs. Where do you get that arm from? Your sword flashes brilliant as it cleaves into the monsters awoken by the Demon King. Dressed in the armor bestowed upon you by the King of Midgard, you're the spitting image of the legend of hero. Did we come with that, or did the guy finally meet us? You know, the merchant. You shine so brightly, in fact, that it is as if the hopes of all the citizens in this world have gathered around you like spots of sunlight. Not only does your light drive the shadows of the underworld into distant corners, but its glare reduces the monsters assailing to mere bones. The sword's doing? I guess it's like my charge or something. All the while, a voice resonates throughout your very being. It reminds you of something Soul told you about the White Stone's properties. It can link hearts and lives. You wonder if that means what you're hearing is mainly the many combined pleas of the people of this world. Yeah. You can hear the voices wishing for your victory, asking you to defeat the Demon King and save the world. And for good reason. That's what the hero is supposed to do. Hopes, prayers, wishes, and goodwill of every kind fill you with a glittering brightness. Brightness that steadily takes over your mind and heart. What's happening to me? The auto armor, I guess.
What are you moaning about? There are still monsters to vanquish. Be gone, foul beasts!
Guardian Gale, I beseech you, carry Lord Sylvester's divine protection here among us.
What's wrong? Ada! Ada!
I don't know. I'm shaking so bad I can't stand. But I have to. I'm the hero, aren't I? I've gotta stand up. Why am I such an idiot? Get up already! Stop it, Ara! Even as the chaos in your mind threatens to overwhelm you, a small part of you understands. After all, you don't have nearly enough experience. Going from humdrum daily life to suddenly fighting a Demon King is a lot to ask of anyone. Sure, you fought a few battles since coming here, but that's not nearly enough to prepare you to do whatever it takes to save the world. How could someone so young, an untrained hero, succeed in a mission while having the full sum of the hopes of the people on your shoulders? You now find it impossible to stand up under the weight of all those expectations, a fact that has come as no surprise. I can't keep going.
My legs, they won't move. I know I have to help those people, but my body just isn't listening to me. Of all the times for my strength to give out, why did it have to be now?
The hero is the valiant warrior who will vanquish the Demon King. Perhaps that was true of the previous heroes, but you realize that you're not like them. You are a coward. You cannot possibly achieve what they achieved.
I'm sorry, Orcus. I'm sorry, Soul. I'm sorry, Bacchus. I don't want to let you down, but I just can't do what the hero's supposed to do.
You can feel the walls building up around your heart. It's a familiar sensation. You remember closing your heart to others back in Tokyo. You chastise yourself internally for failing to change. You're still the same sorry person you once were. But I suppose it can't be helped. You're no hero. You're nothing like those who saved this world in ages past. The thought is enough to make you cry. Tears spill from your eyes, holding the blade in your hands, and as they do...
Whoa! What the?
Your sword suddenly begins to glow, and so do you. You have the strangest feeling that your thoughts are resonating with something. No. Someone deep within you. Whatever the cause of the resonance, it seems to have penetrated the newly formed walls around your heart with ease. Was this a memory?
I'm gonna start talking like a man, you dork. Right now, I'm more of a man than you'll ever be.
Don't tell me you actually have a crush on that kid. Wow.
Of course not, that'd be weird.
You had always tried to meet the expectations of those around him, even as their constant fault-finding put him continuously on edge. He adjusted his habits and his thoughts to match exactly what was expected. He even decided to not to have feelings for the people he told he shouldn't feel, but it was painful. It made him feel hollow. He couldn't ignore the sad, scared little voice in his mind forever, so he built up walls around his heart, and hid his tears and hurt behind them. What the? That wasn't a memory of mine. Must have happened to that boy. You gaze out across the surreal landscape, which seems to extend infinitely in all directions. It is a cold, lonely place, you think, which is only fitting, for you are currently standing in the boy's heart. You hear a voice echoing toward you from afar, a sobbing mingled with weak cries of pain. Someone there. It's like it's coming from in there.
Why am I such a...
No way. It's him.
I'm not cut out for this. What was I thinking? I'm no adventurer. I'm no hero. I don't even have the strength to be myself. I've never been able to stick up for myself.
The boy sits, hugging his knees, berating himself severely and wincing from the sting of his own words. He doesn't let up, even when hot tears spill down his cheeks. What are you doing? Stop hurting yourself!
Where'd that come from?
Who are you?
This is meant to be my safe place. Get out! Leave me alone!
A torrent of light streams towards you from the boy's shadow, pushing you backwards.
Yikes. You okay? Careful. You nearly got kicked out.
Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Is that the original hero? What the fuck? What the? I have never. Who the fuck is this?
This is the first time talking face to face, huh? Nice to meet ya. I've been inside his heart this whole time, you know. Same as you. We're practicing neighbors. Wait. We don't have time for small talk right now. We gotta stop him from falling into despair.
Leave it to me. But you better explain everything after.
Right. Okay. Let's do this.
Presumably some sort of battle sequence happens with multiple versions of himself. Very perceptive of you, August. You and your ab vision. Yep. We're heading down to the gates of hell. Or negative 1,000. B300.
Oh, leave me alone. Get away from me! Jeez. He's being really stubborn about this. He won't even look at us. We won't get anywhere if we can't make him snap out of it. We gotta find a way to make our road reach him.
The boy, Ada, swings the sword around in wild arcs, preventing you from getting close.
Damn it. I'm even worse at fighting now than when I first arrived in this world. How can that be? Haven't managed just fine up until now.
Please, just hear us out. We don't want to fight. We've been helping you this whole time.
What? Wait, so the reason I've been able to fight even though I've never even swung a sword before all that is because you're helping me. Who even are you?
Finally, now that he's actually listening, we should be able to get this to work. As he speaks, the young man points to the sword in your hands. Its light is capable of turning the will of the wielder into power, as well as linking hearts. The sword in my hands.
You'll be able to reach him with that. I just know it. Knock that sword out of his hands for me, will you?
I'm pretty sure my sword does the opposite of that, but sure. Okay, I'll give it another shot. But seriously, you better tell me everything after. Roll of the Wanderer, roll of rending, engrave my name unto thee. Come forth, boundless tale.
I know I didn't do much, but I'm beat. You okay, kid? Have you calmed down a bit?
Who are you two anyway? I still haven't told you why you're invading. You still haven't told me why you're invading my personal space. Alright. I guess this is the inside of his heart. And... oh my god, game please. And what's the deal with this guy? He looks exactly like me.
Don't ask me. I've been wondering that myself.
We got cut up in the tide or something, and then I was right back at the start of the adventure all over again. The worst part of it is, I feel like I've heard of this kind of thing before, but I can't remember what it's called. Dang it, I'm racking my brain here, but the words I need won't come to me. Anyway, basically, I'm the first, and you're the second. So there's a first and a second.
Listen up, kid. You and I are two different people. I've already finished this adventure. I can't explain how this is happening, but it happens in the games all the time, right? Like, help me out a little, will ya?
Are you talking about parallel worlds? That old cliche?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Smart of me to think of it. Smart of you to say it. Nice one.
Nice of you to compliment yourself. Just, wow. I mean, sure, it happens in games and books all the time, but this is real life.
Besides, how to explain him?
Sup?
If he's the first and I'm the second, then who are you? You can't be the third, because I'm the current hero. So why are you here?
Who knows?
Well, I've got no idea. Maybe we should whack him out and kill him. Maybe you have a different connection, or maybe you just caught up in this mistake.
That's not helpful.
Oh, well, whatever. Just get it over with already. Get what over with?
You're here to give me a pep talk, right? That's how it always goes in these stories. You're gonna tell me I've gotta believe in myself and do what's right. And that's why you're here, isn't it? Trust me, I know. I've seen this situation hundreds of times.
Sorry. That hadn't even crossed my mind.
I can just sit back and watch you bully yourself like that. So I intervened. I guess that. My advice would be, stop that.
What? I don't even believe this. How can you be my parallel? Are you making fun of me?
And like I just said, we're not the same person. Just because I've been through this doesn't mean you can do what I did. He pauses in his rant, adding in a smaller voice.
I mean, watching you flirt with my old buddies does make me jealous. I guess they've never met me, so they're not really my buddies.
So, what am I supposed to do?
What do you mean?
This world expects me to defeat the Demon King. And if I don't, everyone will die. And even if I were strong enough to do that, I wouldn't want to. Nekros is my friend. We shared stuff, opened our hearts to each other. We traveled together and everything.
Well,
I'm torn away, but I can't just leave Orcus and Sol and Bacchus and everyone else to die. So I have to do this, but I can't. I don't want to, but I feel so trapped. Are you sure you can't just leave? Who knows? It might all work out. Huh?
Have you even been listening? If I leave, the Demon King will destroy the world. I'm not doing that. I just can't.
But, wait, I've got it.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, you are. Of course. I don't know nothing of that.
You've just got to get to the Demon King to leave this world behind. And if you don't want to set him away all on his lonesome,
you and your friends can go with him.
Nice idea. Oh wait, that was me. Well, did that really work?
No idea.
But you never know until you try, right?
If it doesn't work, I'll just think of something else.
See? You can run away. You could come to my world. There are plenty of people just like you.
Well, sounds like we have a... Wait. Hold on a sec. Does that mean you'd be taking him along too?
What?
Oh, I get it now. No way. That's so not cool. I don't want to see you and... What? Don't tell me. Have you got a crush on someone? One of my new friends? What? No, not just one. I like to keep my options open, so to speak. Well, tough luck. I'm going to do what I think is right. Because you said yourself, we're two different people, remember? And this is my adventure. Hey, come back here. That's not...
I can't believe this entire adventure was just to cuck someone of the past.
Hey! Huh? Where?
Oh, thank goodness, you're finally awake. How are you feeling, Ara? Has my bosom awoken you?
What was the point of all that training if you're just going to keel over the second we get through the gates? Be more careful. You came back, I see. Good. You've been talking to another part of yourself, haven't you? Yes, I can tell. I've been there.
I'm so sorry for worrying you, everyone, but it's okay. I'm ready to go now.
Yatearu?
You are at least a you within the boy hero, and your companions press on, cutting down the undead as they arise. Slowly but surely, you make your way deeper and deeper into the underworld until...
I think... Yeah, this has got to be it. We're up here.
Up there on the throne, is that?
Yes, it is I. Allow me to congratulate you on making it this far, my old friends. I have been waiting for you, especially you, Ada.
The Demon King's shadow begins to contort before your very eyes. As you watch it, entranced, you feel a curious sense of weightlessness envelop you.
What? This is
exactly like the top floor of the Sage's Tower.
Indeed, this is my dark throne, the Demon King's seat. I call it Starface. This throne allows me to exert the full extent of my power and appear in my true form. Welcome, brave heroes. Allow me to praise your courage for the second and final time. So that's your true form? Indeed. Tremble before my sight. My might. In this form, my full strength is on display. As for the half of Bacchus I inhabited, that was merely a shadow of my true self. Nothing more. I'm not afraid of you, because I now know what it's like to have someone inside you who sees things differently than you do. I see. An interesting sentiment. Well, I take it you are prepared. That is just as well. The legend of the hero must end with a glorious final battle against the Demon King. So it has been written, for that is the fate of this world. Wait, Before we fight, I have something I want to say to you. If you can hear me, Necros! Run away with all of us! What? What are you saying, Yada? Yada.
I guess that's it for this part. Alright, and now we are moving to episode 5, part 2. Holy crap, we're already an hour and 50 in. Why is this game so long? Here are two legendary figures, the Demon King, who feeds off the lives of others and is reborn time and time again, and the hero, who is summoned from another world to defeat him. Such time-worn tales of battle fought are necessary to embellish this world of fantasy and adventure, of magic and bravery. Thus, measures were needed to be taken to ensure that the people's interest in war was kept alive. This need led to the creation of one who would plunge the world into the chaos of war. The vessel chosen for this role was a descendant of the Reveler. This Reveler was imparted with a piece of the ruler of the underworld, granting him the power to bring the dead to life. And so the No-Life King, the Lifeless King, was born as the Demon King within the Demon King. What's more, he was given a heart to oversee his memories, his physical being, and the mass of his powers. That is where it all began. The people of this world feared this creature, who devoured others of his kind. He looked like them, and yet he possessed something other, something they could not understand. It was something that filled them with the deepest loathing, and left a weight upon their memories in its wake. You ever read so long that, sentences just make sense to me anymore? The creature in question, however, did not understand these feelings he inspired. For though he may have appeared human in aspect, he was far from human in nature. The main difference being that while most living creatures, including humans, tend to eat other species, he consumed those who shared his physical appearance. That is simply how he was created, and he came to accept this difference as part of himself. Though at times he did lament and even neglect his nature, in the end, it was all he had. No matter how many times the battle between the Demon King and the hero was played out, nothing about him changed. He had believed that he was playing the part of the Demon King as desired, that he had fulfilled his role exactly. Yet now he is beginning to doubt the veracity of that belief. As he had recently learned something new. People tend to find the traits they dislike about themselves in others who are similar to them. This is because, in general, we tend to perceive our deepest fears and concerns in the smallest differences between ourselves and others. Thus, the creature felt not pity, but fury upon finding another like himself. For this other failed to realize how horribly cruel it was for borrowing another's body. He could not pity this foolishness. Oh, I see. So it filled him with something close to rage instead. Yeah, I mean, this is actually a real life thing that I'm sure a lot of us have felt, including myself, where you end up hating someone a lot for features of similarity you find in them that you dislike about yourself. In this case, it seems that similarity is the fact that our Tokyo selves is a bit of a parasite to the hero right now, and Necros loathes that part of himself, or at least the Blackboard does. That's how he's come to parasite in relation to Bacchus. However, in doing so, he soon came to an unpleasant realization. He had never been loved, had he? How could he have been, when he was born with such traits? These thoughts caused an entirely new feeling to well up inside him, one of deepest loathing. As this poisonous hatred filled him, the creature turned to his creator and cried these words with all his might. Was I born into this world with love? Was I brought into this world for a reason? Am I needed? Answer me! What are you thinking? How can you ask the Demon King something like that? Are you a fool? Shut your fool mouth. I'm not talking to the Demon King. I'm talking to Necros. I don't want to fight a friend. You guys feel the same, right? Well... So long as he's in this world, he has to be the Demon King. He'll end up hurting people. What if we run away to a different world? Things will be different. I guess it's kind of cheating, but it works, right? Interesting. You do have a point. However... So that's your intention, is it? Well, I'm afraid you're too late. I was planning on waiting just a little longer, but now... A cacophony of dreaded voices pours into the Demon King's mind, filling it with their hatred. His sense of reason soon drowns under the sheer deluge of loathing until he is little able to think. Yes, now I understand, and so shall you. This is what the world feels for the Demon King. The Demon King fixes you with a glare that seems to pierce you like a dagger to the heart. Okay, so like the hero is experiencing the desires and wishes of the world, so too is the Demon King is feeling their hatred. What's more, it is overflowing with venomous hatred. Huh? Ew! Why are you here? He cannot forgive you. He struggles to divine your crime, but regardless, you will not be forgiven for appearing in his midst. From the depths of his being, waves of malice continue to bubble up like bile. At last, they burst forth, washing away every last thought from his mind, until he himself is nothing but raw, spiteful emotion. He can no longer control himself. All he can do is heed the distant voice that orders him to destroy and defile. Heed me in your hellish slumbers, for the true Noble Life King compels you.
Rise again, all you have fallen, and become my slaves.
I need a good look at that tentacle again. It looked like something else.
Your Majesty, I have an urgent report. What? Monsters have begun their assault throughout the realms?
I completely forgot what voice I put on for the king.
Now all eyes are upon our battle. It is time. Let us settle this as Demon King and Hero. Well, what are you waiting for? I, the true No Life King, shall not. No! Quit calling yourself that! You're not the true No Life King! You're Necros! I'm talking to you, Necros, right now!
Wait, did we just go into back fights? Okay, good. Things are proceeding quickly, but I have a feeling that the part after is not going to be so quick.
Very well, little Dream Eater. I shall. Huh?
Seriously, look at those tentacles. Hey, it's Jormungandr. I was wondering if he would ever show up. Because, like, he didn't show up this entire thing now that I think about it. Like, Fafnir did, but, like, Jormungandr was just, like, missing in action.
Is everyone alright?
Actually, I don't know how to sounds. Well, I guess that's fine. Everyone sounds like this in Midgar, apparently. Battles are breaking out across the world, and people are joining forces to fight the encroaching danger. Lena and Linda just out in the middle of the desert for no reason. Groups of warriors from different worlds now act as one, trusting one another to watch their backs. As they fight, bonds are formed between these unlikely allies who should never have met. Wave after wave, the dead rise before you and your friends, responding to the madness of the Demon King. Is there a reason why Orgus's attack has like a silhouette of Fafnir? The fight desperately to push the monsters back and open up your path to him, to Necros.
So what is the plan of yours exactly? You want us to leave this world? Do you even know what you're asking? Honestly, things that come out of your mouth sometimes. Still, I suppose I could put something else in my mouth for you. I suppose I did vow to protect you no matter what. No matter where you go. Very well, I shall come with you to this other world, Ara.
Because it's from him? The ring? I don't know where the ring coming from. Yeah, I don't know. There's like some sort of relation between how the orcs or whatever Orgus species were fine resistant to Fafnir's heat or plumes or whatever, but other than that, they didn't really have any direct interactions.
Your homeland, a place where the legend of Hero and the Demon King does not exist. An entirely different world. I cannot even begin to imagine what such a place would look like. Yet for some reason, I feel as if I want to experience it for myself, and perhaps even break free from the self-hatred that has consumed me for so long.
Is this LifeWonders, like, canonically justifying how the Fantastic Boyfriends cast is in Tokyo by them being summoned there? is that like, is the transient summon is actually just actual canonical in terms of them saving the world and bringing the Dark King out?
I still know so little about you, great hero, Ada. But I would welcome the chance to learn more about you. Same here. I'll follow you and that batty old Demon King out of this world, Ara. Maybe old Nidhogg will want to come with us too.
I see he wants to bring his fling.
We can bring along anyone who's interested to this new world.
Nope, just for you four for now.
Personally, I just want to keep experiencing more things that I never would have encountered on my own. Necros! Did you hear that, Necros? Necros!
You keep shouting for Necros at the top of your lungs. No matter how battered you get from fighting or how hoarse your voice becomes, you keep it up.
My name is Demon King Whelp. I am the true no-life king. No, you're not Necros. You're my friend. Answer me!
Little do you know, every call of Necros' name drives the wedge between him and powers deeper, and deeper still.
Rend it. Now. Yeah!
You sever Necros from his powers and throw down your sword. With it, you thrust away the hopes of this world and relinquish your claim to the title of hero, once and for all.
Come on, Necros! Come with us! To Tokyo!
You extend a hand towards him, shouting with the last of your strength. And all the while you tremble, pulling back fears of your own fears for the future.
Oh, that folly! You would part with your own power. And for what? To ensure my survival? Alas, how could I not acquiesce before such a piteous expression?
Having been severed from his own destiny by these running powers the hero ought not to have possessed. Yo, it's me. Necros takes your hand in his and grips it firmly.
Firmly grasp it.
This is his choice, and his and no one else's. The world has nothing to do with it.
So that's what it was.
For the first time, someone is choosing him. As he revels in that fact, the hatred in his veins begin to fade. and with it, an emotion he hadn't realized he felt until now.
I was jealous.
So, what happened next? Wait, are you saying this entire story was recounted by the warden? I'm afraid I have no more tales to tell you of the heroes and the Demon King. I do believe it would be downright uncouth of me to say another word. The bard furnishes this enigmatic reply with a strum of his harp, turning his gaze instead to the bridge stretching out before him. For a fleeting moment, it is as if he can see the shadows of the countless travelers who have found their paths across it, venturing out before him once more. I've just remembered. Of course. How could I forget? Oh, sorry for keeping you waiting. It's all over now.
What do you mean it's over? What's over?
Well, me. It's been fun. I guess my big adventure's over. I never thought I'd be capable of something like this, you know? It was way over too quickly, and I never shaped up to be much of a hero, but it was still an awesome journey. I guess it's not as big a deal to you since this is your second time around, but it was a real first for me. Gotta say, I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out, even if it was just a spin-off, so to speak. Even if it was just a crossover, so to speak. Yeah, this is actually quite a good story for a crossover. They did a lot in terms of trying to justify its existence, so it doesn't seem like it's ham-fisted. And there is still some question marks out there between why there's two Yggdrasils, but it seems otherwise they made it somehow self-consistent with the main body of the lore. It is only now that he's able to recall that the second adventure never really happened. It's likely that something strange happened when Tokyo reset that caused it to affect this world in a similar fashion. At least, that's one explanation for how he could have come to take on this world as its second hero. Now, that story has come to an end. His adventure has reached its conclusion, and he is very proud of everything he has accomplished along the way. It was a journey uniquely his own. Thanks for everything. Really? I mean it. Don't worry, I'll be out of here soon, I'm sure. I mean, this was never really meant to happen in the first place. Despite the fact that he is leaving behind this newfound world of fantasy to return to his reality, the young man's face shines with happiness.
Right. I know what you're talking about, but... Good for you, I guess.
We're two different people, right? You know that. So it only makes sense we're heading to two different places.
Yeah, that checks out. Well, other me? Where are you headed?
Don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm okay with that. Leaving this place was my decision, after all. This could be goodbye, or maybe we'll meet again someday. Somewhere. Who can say?
No matter what happens, I won't forget you, kid. That's a promise.
Same here, other me. Oh, and I won't be forgetting you anytime soon either.
What?
Yeah, you. Who else? This adventure wouldn't have been possible without you, you know? This might be goodbye for us too, so... Thanks for everything. And good luck out there. Good luck with what? Life, I guess. Anyway, just don't let anyone get you down, alright? And if you ever feel like giving up, remember how I pushed through my fears and did what I thought was right. Hopefully, I'll inspire you a little. And don't forget, I'm rooting for you. Next time you feel down, just remember how I cheer you up. Because me and your memories will always be on your side. I'm kinda lost, but sure. The young man flashes you a grin like he doesn't have a care in the world. It hits you then that the people from this world are going to remember you and carry you with them in their hearts. just as you'll remember them and carry them in yours. As for Orgus, and Sol, and Balkus, and everyone else I met throughout this adventure. While at first they must have seen in him the shadow of the first hero, accounting for their immediate fondness of him, he is certain that, by the end of the adventure, it was truly him they saw. And he, at least, will not forget the memories of their great adventure for as long as he lives. Just take care, alright? I'm gonna miss you guys! With that, the boy summons the biggest smile he can manage and waves his hand in parting. Moments later, a flash of light fills your vision, and you hastily close your eyes again in brightness. Against brightness. When you open them again, the boy is gone. The after-school hero and the fantastic boyfriends proceed to Epilogue. I mean, he was supposed to summon them with them. So, guessing in the epilogue we're gonna see that they are summoned to Tokyo after all. We'll just have to see. Okay, epilogue, let's go. AKA the final part. Oh, that's very lengthy playthrough. I wonder what the protagonist was doing at the Tower of Babel in the first place. Maybe it was just circumstance and it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not the first time he coincidentally went to the tower. What are you looking at? Is something wrong? We now return to a short while before the second hero left this world behind. He turns and gazes out across the landscape behind him. Oh, this is a weird epilogue. It's more like an interlogue. He laughs off the questions posed to him by one of his companions, telling him that everything is fine. And it's truth, it is simply that he finds himself remembering how he thought and felt before embarking on this journey. He was always looking over his shoulder, gauging the reactions of those around him, constantly regretting past decisions, unable to let his mistakes go. He spent every second of his life despairing over the things that made him different, and wondering what could possibly be wrong with him. When are you gonna start talking like a man, you dork? Right now. I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. Don't tell me you actually have a crush on that kid. Wow, Aura. Of course not. That'd be weird. For as long as he can remember, he had been afraid of doing things that those around him disapproved of. Still, there were plenty of voices, teachers, counselors, public speakers, telling him that he should be true to himself. And he had always known in his heart that they were right, that he should be fighting his fears. But it wasn't easy, and the more he ran away from the things he was afraid of, the more he came to loathe himself for his mistakes. Whenever he saw someone who resembled him being carefree or having fun, he would feel a surge of jealousy and desperately wish that he could be like them. He kept telling himself that he would make the right choice next time. He would not be a coward. He would be brave. He was constantly regretting his actions, his failings, his tendency to become meek when faced with a confrontation. Ironically enough, he was now choosing to run away again, but this time he wasn't alone. He'd be leaving the world where the hero was doomed to fight the Demon King with his friends. Though this was his decision, it went against everything he had believed in. Wasn't it cowardly to run away from his troubles? Fighting was always the right decision, wasn't it? He has to wonder if he didn't make the wrong decision, though it doesn't take him long to reach his conclusion. Nah, I think I'm good with this. He recalls something Neko said to him one night, following the battle with the No-Life King.
The Demon King is an eternal being who will forever retain the memories of those who have lived. As such, I do recall the one you have designated the first hero.
Wait, was he still, like... Okay, I'm confused by this timeline. I thought immediately after that battle they went away. I guess this is, they've got teleported back, or they got teleported to Tokyo. It doesn't look like Tokyo they're teleported to, though. I don't even know what's... Where is this? What is this? I'm confused.
As such, I do recall the ones you have designated the first hero. Do you know what that means, Zara? Simply put, the shadows of several other individuals currently reside within your souls. One of them is the first hero, with whom I previously traveled. I think I also detect vestiges of my own creator, whom you resemble. There is another, or I should say, a collective of several others. One among them reminds me uncomfortably of myself.
But didn't they, like, summon themselves away? Wasn't that the whole point, you know? You know, running away from their role by having them summon somewhere else? I guess I'm inserting this something for myself. But where exactly they right? They just, like, you know... Did they make a vow or something? On the spot, like, abandon? Hello, Prisma. I'm just, being confused by the story as usual.
Or should I say, a collection of several others.
It's in progress. Okay, see.
However, though you may share an origin with these others, the conclusion that you have come to is uniquely your own. Remember that. In fact, that decision proves you are your own person and makes you one of a kind in this world.
A gentle breeze ruffles the young man's hair as he continues to gaze out over the world that has given him such an incredible adventure. Once, all he saw were his own mistakes. His regrets had clouded his vision. Now, however, he sees the world in its entirety and appreciates all things. The big and the small, the good and the bad. Once he believed that there could be nothing more important than being aware of the injustices around him. For long he had hated himself for failing to challenge and rally against these issues. But now he realizes that his heart had never been in it. Others might be suited to taking up that role, but not him. I see. So it's going to be explaining the special quest what happens between right now in the epilogue and immediately after the battle. That was a very ambiguous period of time in terms of them talking to each other, the first and the second, as well as myself. I don't know when that took place, probably like immediately after, but a split second. I don't, in some time hold it place, but it's confusing. Thinking about having to fight and then failing to do so had been a weight on his shoulders for years. And yet to him, the goal had never been the fighting itself, but what was achieved by it? Something more. And now, at long last, he is ready to face the path stretching out ahead of him, for it is his and his alone. Epilogue. It's kind of weird to be back in control of my own body after so long. Hope I haven't forgotten how to use it. A young man stretches out his arms and kicks his legs as if checking that each part of his body still works. Me after every stream. This feels great. Nothing like having total control of yourself. I miss this. What's that look for? Wait, which one are you? The first hero or the second? Me? I'm the original, so to speak. The second, well, he's already gone. No idea where. Different role. Wait, there's a third? What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. Different role, I guess. Okay, so what we saw in the epilogue just now was the second, and this is someone else entirely different, who was the person we saw in the beginning, which was in normal clothes, and then they have a split existence or something? What's going on? But you look exactly the same. Maybe I thought you were still the second. Well, naturally, I'm a growing boy. Huh? What do you mean that's not what you meant? Anyway, it only makes sense that I look a little different after going through the same adventure twice. No, you look exactly the same. In fact, I feel twice as old just for experiencing everything all over again. Why do you look so confused? Where's that Sasagua emoji where his brain is melting? That's me. Can I ask you something? Sure, what's up? Well, I've still got no idea what I'm even doing here. Do you know? Huh? Sorry, didn't mean to laugh at ya. It's just, I'm not really the type to think about stuff like that. They're asking the wrong guy. You ain't Kingdom Hearts plot complexity. There's at least 4 different protagonists now. There's this hero from the beginning, and then there's the first, which is from F Care, the second, which is some sort of intersection between the two, and then there's us. I don't know what's happening. I didn't question it when I was born, and I didn't question it when I was summoned to this world. I mean, I've never exactly gotten any say over where I end up, so it's all been the same to me. Although, I do have a pretty big decision on my hands right now. Who am I gonna choose? How could I pick just one? I haven't spent nearly enough time with everyone yet. I haven't maxed their what's it called? Social link. I haven't maxed the social link yet. I didn't get their underwear. Wait, you didn't hear that. Anyway, as for why you got dragged into this, I don't know. But I think I know why the other me was here. Oh, can you explain that at least? Sure, how do I put this? Play games much, yeah? Okay, so you know how there's sometimes a new game plus mode? You finish the game and get started over from the same save file. Basically, I'm the original save file before the new game plus, and the other me was a save file with a new game plus. Makes sense? No, it does not make sense. What? So you're saying you preceded the second? So are you? But you're not the first. So you're like the zeros? I don't know what's happening. OG Hero took off that new artwork hero after a second left. What? I don't understand. So you're saying this is the first, actually, as a matter of fact. Are you saying this world is a game? How do you say in Japanese? Seika wa game wa desu? No. That was just a metaphor to help explain the explanation. But I did feel like I was in the game when I first came here. Reality hit me hard and fast, though, let me tell you. Getting punched or cut up hurt like hell, and I've only got one life. So this is the first. He just drastically changed his appearance. What? But why would they? Why would they even change his appearance then? Should have kept it original. Okay, so this is the first, apparently. Oh, I guess that's one less person we have to think of then. So was the first we saw then in the beginning was also the first? Yeah, I guess that makes sense because I think he had memories of it at the time of the original game. Sorry, the original F Care story. We need to get stats here. I'll probably Reality hit me hard and fast, so let me tell you, getting punched or cut up hurts like hell, and I've only got one knife. Anyway, so it was me who's already completed the game once, and the other me who just started. Well, where the heck did he come from? Since he's only got one body, I decided to lend it to him so he could go have a go. He's the first he followed, then went to NG, but and he got his chance. Only thing is, the point he started from was a little unexpected. I was sure he'd start at the point right after the hero had been summoned, but he actually ended up showing up before that. Even before the hero came here? Oh, yeah. What? Well, the thing is, I came from Tokyo. In my Tokyo, there was a huge disaster. One day, meteorites started falling from the sky, destroying pretty much everything. So the one we saw in the beginning was actually the second, but still had the memories of the first, or something? What? Yeah, I don't get why he'd been sent to that point either, but for some reason. The new game plays after he got to see the meteorites falling. Begin. That's when I went to my body, see? Okay, so he didn't have memories, he just remembers the meteorites, but... yeah, okay. I think he said something about Tokyo being destroyed. Come to think of it, maybe, just maybe, you lost your own body during that cataclysmic meteor shower too. Wait, I lost my own body? Are you saying I fucking died? Maybe that's how you end up sharing one body with the two of us. That's pretty morbid. I also just accept it or dismiss it like I did with Final Fantasy 13 2 and Lightning Returns because of time travel. Okay, just accept it, don't ask questions. Does that mean I'm dead too? That's what I'm saying. Calm down, will you? That last part was just a maybe. I don't know it for a fact. But you're saying it's possible. You're saying it's possible I died. Oh my god, I died? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? I thought we were at the Tower of Babel. Oh, I guess in like his world he just saw it in the meteor. What? What? Well, I mean, we died a million times already in previous loops, but are you saying this guy came from a Tokyo within the same loop that was it? Well, you'd think that he would just be in a different loop entirely, or like in a different world that wasn't part of the loops in Tokyo, like a parallel world. But apparently you're saying that he came from a loop where the protagonist existed, aka, you know, a world with loops, a Tokyo with loops. And then he's in that loop, there was meteorites, but that shouldn't be the case because there should be meteorites in every loop in that case. Or maybe not. Maybe it's like he saw like late game much further into that loop in the world meteorites does. So you're saying right now there's a hero in Tokyo that exists. That is not summoned. That is not some sort of thing, and that was the guy that was then summoned by the. That was the second that was then summoned by the first, or into a different loop, where there was no meteorites, and then he got subsequently summoned into the F彼world, inhabiting inside the second, or rather, the second having control over the first body, but with the second's mind from the other loop, at the end of where I died by fucking meteorites. The meteorites reacted to the hero entering the Tower of Babel. It was the meteorites reacting? Now you're... I need an adult. This is being allowed to add up anyways. Those meteorites must have wiped out a whole bunch of people. So I fucking died! I fucking died. And yet you're the only one to come here and share a body with me? Nah, I don't buy it. Forget I even suggest. Okay, okay, that's just confirmation, because, like, you know, special exists and all that. Oh, maybe some higher being saw the two of us together and thought we were similar enough to merge together. Anyway, I don't think you have to worry. If he and you were here for the same reason, you'd have loved when he did, right? Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about here? Is he talking about the second? If you were here for some reason, then you have loved when he did, right? I mean, in the very least, most games with timelines give, like, a diagram of it, you know? Rather than verbally explaining, like, I'm struggling. I feel like I'm exiting a womb right now. A womb of confusion. So you... Wait. Where are you going? Where'd all these lights come from? I think these lights are me. Someone's pulling me away. I'm fading. It's the strangest sensation. You can feel your every brain cell shriveling up after experiencing this chapter. Every cell being broken down into particles of light and carried far, far away. In the distance, growing larger and larger with each passing second, you can see the blurry cityscape of Tokyo swimming before you like a mirage. It's Tokyo. And everything's okay. No meteorites. Am I going home? The way I asked that, it's like from that pair from Of Mice and Men. Am I going home, George? Literally, no. You're not the only Tokyoite being beamed back to the city. The other transients who found themselves in this world are on their way home too, including Horse's dead body that lie dead on the ground after falling 300 meters from the Tower of Babel.
Yo, Fenrir, what's the deal? We're disappearing.
Do not worry, Dream Eater.
This only means that Summer, with whom we have each forged a pact, is currently leaving this strange place and returning to the world from which we hail. Are you saying in this universe, in this loop, we have already made pacts with each and every single host here? We made a pact with Horse, fucking a rule maker? Are you serious?
And so we must follow.
This must be some very other timeline. I don't know.
I suppose we shall never find out what Summer has up to in this realm.
Oh, okay. Well, see ya, Mr. Champion. Thanks for the help back there.
Yes, I am relevant. Yes, farewell. Alas, I am even more saddened to think that I missed my chance to greet my childhood brethren. I suppose I can only hope that little Jormungandr, Hell, and Rissam are living well. Who cares about my son? I don't have a son. Hattie does not exist.
Horace gets teleported back. Not a word? Say something. Say something. Horace, too, is on the way back to Tony, having watched Final Battle with the true no-life game play out. As he feels a familiar sensation of his entire identity being converted into particles lights, Horace reflects on the situation as a whole. It occurs to him that his presence here was likely an unintended irregularity. Okay, so he wasn't summoned with us. However, the experience itself has been valuable to him. It gave him the chance to compare this Tokyo with that one, and in doing so, he has learned something new. What other Tokyo? What? We never went to the other Tokyo. What? Something that will provide him with a powerful weapon to use against his enemies, including Michael and Matarasu. It pertains to the loops that take place in the Tokyo that is connected to 23 other worlds. If the conclusions Horace has drawn from the information he gleaned are correct, this aspect of Tokyo's structure encompasses every single game ending possible. This aspect of Tokyo's structure encompasses every single game ending possible. Which means that there could be some endings in which someone relinquishes their power, or rather their rule, as a hero in this world did. Okay. I wonder if this is foreshadowing or just, giving idle thoughts of what is technically possible. Horace himself has seen the result of that. The memories that the hero had carried with him, the memories that were not his own, had become a separate entity. The same thing should be possible in Tokyo, he knows. If he can only reproduce the cause, the effect should be the same. And he smiles diabolically for getting that. Well, Fenrir's a dead dad, apparently. In fact, there's not a doubt in Horace's mind that if he can manage it, he'll be able to face his uncle directly and settle things once for all. Okay. Is his uncle Anubis or something? I don't know. The thought brings a wry smile to his lips. He would be the one to do this. He, the king who had never been able to shake the rule and his relatives had pushed onto him. Then Horace's thoughts home in on what he believes will be the key location in his plot. The Tower of Babel, which once plunged the mythology of the cosmos into chaos at the mere touch of the unworthy. Meteorites fell like shooting stars, ravaging the cityscape, which has now reformed, good as new. Buildings, roads, mountains, rivers, even the people who had been blown to smithereens have been made whole again. Ugh. The city is alive, as bustling and full of life as always before, almost as if the entire deal had simply been forgotten. Is this a new loop? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like little diamonds in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Alice hums a nursery rhyme to herself as she watches this strange spectacle take place from within the tower. He's referring to Hero Tokyo. I give up. I give up. Don't explain it. There's no preview of it. I wonder what you are. That's where the song ends. It never tells us the answer. Is it trying to be a riddle? How are we supposed to find out when we mustn't even speak of, let alone reference it? Sound, come on, sound. I forgot how he sounds. Oh.
Alice. If only you would speak with such childlike simplicity.
A man appears beside the guild portal and whispers this upon hearing this girl singing to herself. Oh, that's rich coming from an old fuddy-duddy like you. You know perfectly well why I have to resort to indirectness, riddles, and nonsense. I can't speak freely about some things. Nor can you, as a matter of fact. There are far too many taboos in this game, in this Tokyo. Why, I can't say this or that. It's no fun at all to have so many blasted rules fixed about one so. What choice do I have but to muddle the meaning of my words, talking tongue twisters, invent idioms? Rules, huh? I didn't realize there were so many rules in this game. Are they referring to the contracts that Horse has set in place? I doubt it, because it seemed like even Horse was shocked about some sort of rule being broken in the beginning. If a tube is broken, everything will end. It is no different to how learning the harsh truth of reality can break a child's dreams forever. Oh yeah, that's right, Seth is Horse's uncle. Well, I'm not sure if that's true, but I know they have some sort of special relationship like that. Perhaps you don't struggle with these restrictions because you're not fond of talking. That is all well and good for you. But I'm not like you. I'm Alice. And to be unable to indulge in senseless talking is as cruel as fate as a beheading. And yet you would chastise me for my nonsense? Oh, shame on you.
Pretty sure that habit of yours has nothing to do with, the two, but never mind. Just forget it, I said anything.
Realizing that he cannot hope to out-talk the child, Sant Kumar holds his tongue. It really is fitting that our world is named the Tower of Babel. Nothing could be a more powerful symbol of a forbidden attempt. According to one belief system, the tower was built after the Great Flood, and a desperate attempt to gain access to Orion that must not be breached. It was intended to be a land-based construct that would render the Great Flood ineffective, tall enough to pierce the heavens. Huh. I wonder. In this case, it seems to be using the word flood as if, like, in reference to the original flood in Noah's Ark, but it also seems to be referring possibly to the flood that erases memories before the loop. Is there a parallel in that somewhere? Was in this world of Tokyo, in Tokyo Afterschool Summoners, was the Tower of Babel built by some original loop of some kind to withstand the flooding? A fool bold enough to dare this attempt soon earned the wrath of the divine. The consequence of this breach was that the world had to be divided to prevent the wills of mortals and divine from wingling. The sacred realm of the divine, which must not be trespassed upon. The Tower of Troubles, of babbling words and words apart. This tower is the Game Master's stronghold, and a backbone that supports the game in this Tokyo. The Game Masters are here? This is their base? Thus countless players have approached the Tower of Babel, seeking to reach it and claim victory. I see, so it's part of the rules of the game, not just rules of the world, but rules of the game that the Game Masters are enforcing. However, the participants this time around must surely have learned their lesson. This tower is not to be touched. All this, to keep the grand game of chess going. So that explains the safety of the Game Masters. You'd think that, they'd be held hostage right now or something by one of the worlds, but it seems that they have a lot of strict rules in place that can cause all sorts of fuckery, like teleportation somewhere else. All because this tricky tower is the core of the game that pits the wills of the scattered worlds against one another. The way Alice describes that, it seems like this tower preceded the Game Masters, which of course makes sense, so perhaps the Game Masters made base here from an existing structure. Those who attempt to breach this tower and its taboo are themselves scattered and flung to other worlds, Alice shuts her eyes to look at the image of what must surely be a painful journey. A terrible fate wrought by divine wrath. You are dimly aware of being gradually restored to your body and your world. You can feel your consciousness, or whatever forms the sum of your identity, trickling away from the present. Where am I going? At the same time, your memories begin to fade. You can scarcely remember what you were doing before you came here, what you have been doing since, or even where here is. Our memories are fading. Oh yeah, because that happens sometimes. During summoning, memories fade. That happened in the original Raiders of the Lost Isle. They lost their memories. I have no idea how they got their memories back in canon. I mean, there's a given reason, I'm pretty sure, but... oh yeah, it was Kijimuna who restored them. And then somehow they just kept them even when they returned to Tokyo, I guess. Well, they never said they went back to Tokyo, did they? I think they did. But that time around, they kept their memories. But it seems like we're losing memories here again. Hold on! I haven't got to thank you yet. First off, thanks for helping me out the other me. I appreciate it. We're two different people, but it made me really happy for some reason. Remember those memories of us you saw? I experienced something like that once myself. I handled my situation a bit differently, so seeing his memories showed me there was another way. So, the original hero probably didn't run away or something, but in the end they had to still make a decision of some kind. And then I got to watch him overcome everything that had been eating at him. Gotta say, that felt pretty great. It's rare to get that kind of perspective, because usually when we do things right, we fixate on that action as the only correct action, and something everyone should strive for. But in reality, there are multiple, right ways of going about things. I'm thinking of visiting Tokyo sometime soon. I want to show my friends the sights. Well, see you there then. Alice, next time complete the game objectives before you touch the tower, you idiots. The moment you take his hands in yours, you feel a link form between your palms. It is warm and solid. Wait, am I summoning him? Ah! The next moment, you are both spread from your respective worlds, tossed about, tugged in all directions. This isn't the end, okay? Let's see each other again someday. You, me, and all our friends. I just know we can make it happen, so don't go giving up hope. Got it? I'm holding you to that. And this time, I'll be in Tokyo. Is the first not from Tokyo? I just assumed he was, but wasn't... Where's the first from if he's not from Tokyo? I don't even know. So the second is from Tokyo, but the first isn't. The second's from Meteorite Tokyo, and we're from some other loop. Supposedly we're from that same loop of Meteorite Tokyo, but we were like rescued after we died. In the end, the three individuals that shared a single body are sped along separate paths, as they have chosen for themselves. I know, I mean, I was assuming a different Tokyo, but he never once said, see, look at this. I'm thinking of visiting Tokyo. He never distinguishes it's a different Tokyo. He just says visiting Tokyo as if he's never been there before. That confused me. Yes, this does not fill them with sadness, for in their hearts they know that only they can decide what this experience means to them. Maybe it wasn't specified in the original F card that he was from Tokyo? I have no idea. Hey, he summoned! Oh, I see. So we summoned the three as well as the second, maybe? But the first is going back to wherever he came from. Is that about right? The hero as well as those three were summoned back to the hero's original world, Meteorite Tokyo. aka the Tokyo we died in. But that is still, within the game of Housamo Tokyo. We summoned first? I don't remember that happening. Because it pretty explicitly, wait, what? The first? We didn't summon the first. When did we summon the first? No one did any summoning except for the second. It was the second who did the summoning of the things, and I'm lost. You know what else proved? My brain. Anyway, that concludes the main story. But as Irby has emphasized a number of times, there's a lot more clarification to be had inside the special quests. Ojihiro, if from a timeline where Housamo isn't the thing. So not Housamo. My brain. I mean, they don't even said it was like a not Housamo Tokyo or anything. They just said Tokyo, like as if it was the same Tokyo. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll just give my final thoughts and I'll close that stream. It was so straightforward in the beginning, you know. It was so easy to understand and like linear, and you know everything was leading to a very obvious conclusion. And then all of a sudden, the hero decided to have like an epiphany that, wait a minute, the story's not complicated enough. Let me talk to my inner self. And I don't mean you, the inner self, but I mean another inner self from another timeline. And in fact, it's the original owner of this body, who came from another Tokyo that was the same as your Tokyo, maybe, but is different from my Tokyo. What? What? But other than that, the story was pretty straightforward. It was easy to understand if you just ignore the whole hero stuff. Yeah. Anyway. The story was good. And the justification for its presence was better than I expected. It really didn't seem like some sort of ham-fisted thing, like, you know, fucking crossovers usually end up being some really stupid bullshit reason that they shouldn't be there, but no, it perfectly made sense for the most here, unless you look at here too carefully, in which case it gets way too confusing. But other than that, everyone else's justification for being summoned to our Tokyo makes sense now, and them being real, and Searcher saying about, even want to elaborate on how it was like an Yggdrasil of a different fate, with whose, you know, system of failure has been removed away and has been replaced instead by what seems to be a system of rebirth. It was a bit confusing in that respect, but you know, Housamo usually is. It's not more confusing than usual. So the only thing super confusing was the whole like hero first, second protagonist, beauty rate, summoning here, there, everywhere thing. Yeah, let's not get into that. But yeah, I'm finally done with the story. I'm glad to be done with it. I'm going to take a very long nap now, or eat, or both at the same time. I'm very talented like that, you know. But yeah, before I leave, last reminder: go check the special quests out yourself. I normally would myself at this point, like maybe one, but it's almost 3 hours. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm sweaty. I'm dead. Okay, thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys have a good rest of the event, and I will talk to you guys whenever again. See you later. Bye-bye.